everybody, Monty back for another episode of Life is Feudal 101, and here I am, same places where we left. Haven't really done much. I have a little bit of plant fiber, but really just loaded the game, and it looks like it's midday, so I kind of wanted to show you the next step of this. Remember, we've got to find some flintstone before we can actually start making those primitive tools. So press the M key is going to bring up your map. Now, if you still have your tab set to where you're going to be able to move around, remember, press tab one more time. Now you get control back of your mouse, and you can actually use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. And you can kind of like click on your person to go right to your person and all that. And what I want to do is kind of make my way up to this island. I'm hearing tales of a village up north, which we've been working on, but this character is a fresh new character, so I want to kind of run past this mountain here, try to avoid any wild animals, but wanted to bring you along just in case. If not much happens, I'll just do some quick little cutting and editing of the video, but I don't want to miss a step, so I wanted to bring you guys along. I already see some rock not too far in. This is going to work out nicely, so it seemed like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be able to get some flint. Maybe you should have included that in the first episode because that is a very, very, very important key. But here you have it. You can actually see the different texture. This looks like it could actually be like an iron or something like that, which actually that's one of the things we can do is prospecting when you get to this. So you can prospect for iron or copper. You can search for sling ammo, which we haven't made a sling yet, and then you can search for useful flintstone. So let's look for some flintstone. You right click on it, you can see the progress bar going up. It's pretty good times. It's a lot of searching. You will learn to hate grass. Just saw a really funny post about a wolf staring at the grass and was just like, the best way I could put it is screw you grass. That's the nicest way to say it. But it had me rolling because it's very true. Grass fibers definitely take some time to get. Once you get like a nice little group of people together, everyone kind of gets their own task, and it's good to rotate those out. So as you can see on my little system screen down there, while I was actually using this flintstone, my prospecting went up to 61. It went up by 31 points. On a server, you can set your maximum skill increase level. I think the maximum setting is like a 100 multiplier. I have this one set to about 50, maybe up to 75 now, because honestly, these mundane tasks, it's not so fun and challenging to just be spending forever leveling up your prospecting by actually just clicking on rock all day. So I wanted to get to more important points, so I kind of upped that in my server. It still takes, even if you up all your skill multipliers and terraforming and all that, it takes some time. So now that we have some more flintstone, we've got a full variety of materials. We have one branch, I'm going to need more than that, and some flintstone and some fiber. So right click on your branch like I talked about before, go back to your create primitive tool, and one of the first things I like to build is a shovel. So we have enough, it only needed the one branch. You click your craft button, you can see what it's going to look like up here. You have your little taskbar going. Don't close this out while this is happening. You could hit tab and look around, that's not going to cancel it. But if you were to X this out, it will cancel the task and you won't actually get it. So now that you have your hammer here, you can do multiple things to get this to work. You can just double click on it, or to equip it, or actually if you want to choose which spot it will go in, you can hold down the left key and drag over here and you'll see you can put it in your left hand or right hand. Some of the tools like your hammer and axe will be able to go in your belt. It looks like it's a leg spot, but really you gotta imagine that that's attaching to your belt. So let's just try the double click, and as you can see, it's gonna automatically add this. The more weight you put on your body, watch your speed. My speed actually decreases, so keep this in mind. Once you pack yourself up with armor and tools and all that, you're going to have some trouble. Now, if you go into a server and someone starts to attack you and you have a bunch of stuff equipped, you can press this 5 key right here, which is your hotbar. It's the flee button, and basically it's going to take everything off, your speed's going to go to 100, and you can just run. So instead of coming here and being like trying to unequip everything, boom, you hit the 5 key. As you can see, there's a recharge like most games with these types of things. And yeah, that's how you do that. So I can't actually re-equip that for a little while. So let's keep on heading forward. Let's head over here. Let's keep an eye out for the moose and wolf. We don't want to run into them. And as we run along, remember, hopefully you spent the whole night collecting branches and plant fibers, so you don't have to do what I'm doing. See, I can't even do an action now because I'm all about running until that hotbar runs out. So I'm going to keep heading north, make sure I'm going the right way. I'm heading a little bit too far to the east, but I'm going to head north through this woods here, kind of look out for trouble, and see if we can find anything. Another tip I can give here is, we found the flint stone, so I want to go back up to this rock. I found a little bit more up here, and show you the next deal of what you can do. And it's that prospecting. So find yourself in a good position to where you can click on the rock there. Now, I have some multiple. Because my skill increased, I'll bring up my skills again. You can actually see that instead of just prospecting for copper and iron, now I can also prospect for silver. Eventually, I will be able to prospect for gold. So for prospecting, I don't want to jump ahead too much. When you click on it, you get a radius, and that's basically, this game kind of works out in square cubes. So you have to understand that if you prospected a radius of the default 2, it's only going to look 2 squares away. So what you want to do is start at like a wider amount. Say, okay, I want to prospect a 50 range. And for things like copper and iron, they're a lot more common, so most likely we're going to find some ore. But I didn't find any signs of ore. And that was, let's pull my crafting skills up here. My prospecting is now at 79. So you can also click on these little tabs here to see, okay, at level 60 I can do silver, level 90 I'll be able to do gold. Now let's try this again, but instead of prospecting for copper, let's prospect for iron and do the same thing. We'll go to 40. But basically what you do is if you're digging in a mine, you want to narrow this down. You want to have it within about 10 before you start actually trying to tunnel and mine. Once you do, you want to make sure you're mining in the correct direction. And that's why that radius matters. So you're going to go down a bit and try a radius of 8. And if it says it doesn't find anything, maybe you're going the wrong way. So that's kind of how you play around with that. We'll see that in further detail. See how it says I have detected traces of ore. So that means I didn't find copper, but I definitely found iron. But I don't want to start mining yet. We'll get into that a little bit more later on. We want to keep on trucking it. Looks like our hotbar is fine now. It actually still has a little bit of halfway. I think it's like a 1-minute cooldown before you can re-equip your tools or do any actions. So now that that little minute cycle's gone by, I can get rid of my shovel. I can put my shovel on, and now I can actually collect branches again to create more primitive tools. Same process over and over again. More flintstone, more wild plants, and more sticks. So of course we can right click on our stick, create primitive tool. Now let's see, the next thing that's going to be important is an axe, because we want to be able to chop down the tree. So let's go ahead and create this. And I'll show you what it looks like to actually put a tool in your tool belt compared to your body. One of the other tips to remember is if you want to go to like a third-person view, just press the C key. And there you have it. So you can see my shovel's equipped. I'm going to go ahead and hit my T key and equipped my axe right there. And if you're joining a server with other people, you want to be careful. You're going to want to know how to fight. And to fight, you're going to need to get into a fighting stance. So to get into a fighting stance, press the R button. The music will change, your guy will kind of bend down and get ready. And if you notice in your hotbars 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, I can count. And you have a left, right, 1 and 2 is your belts. 3 and 4 is like your back, left, right side, okay? So I have my shovel in what looks like to be the left side, so if I hit the 3 key, boom, he's going to grab his shovel, he's in fighting mode. Now it just takes a left click to fight. So if you come across a wolf and you want to try to fight it, go for it. But with a shovel and things like that, if you see a wolf, probably just run. Even a sling, it's not too worth it unless you have a group of people. So let's get out of fighting mode, let's keep on moving. I want to get all those primitive tools. So I think you guys can figure out the primitive tools for now, so I'm going to go ahead and collect the rest of those and see you guys on the flip side when I finish that, okay? Hold on for the ride. Okay, I made it down to the shore, got some more sticks. I'm going to make some more tools, but I wanted to bring you in for some more tips that I was just thinking about. So this again is going to involve bringing up your skills menu, and notice you're going to probably have 1 through 7. Actually, I know you're going to have 1 through 7. This 8 and 9, you might be looking at me going like, hey, wait, what are those things? Why do I not see them? Number 1, This guy right here, this is number 8, this is go to your skills, crafting skills, so this is just page 1, and click the praying hands. This is your piety right here. And you can see that, okay, that's where this little hotbar is. This is for your number 7. This one's going to have you pray, and if you don't have a house, it's going to just teleport you to a random location. Now, I don't want to do that now because I'm kind of where I want to be. I found the island, I found the mountain in the distance, but notice there's some tabs here, and this is your different levels. So when you level up, you can actually start using more hotkeys. There's not a lot of these implemented yet. There's just 2 that I know of. I don't really know why they don't put them in the hotbar to start. It's kind of a fun thing to kind of learn as you go. But this is what's going to deal with your alignment. And your alignment is this little bar down here that starts out at 0. And basically you pray for forgiveness. So these little bars you can grab and drag and put them wherever you want. Also make sure you pay attention that you have different tabs here. You may have noticed when I go to 2 there's some formations and battle stuff, but that is for another episode on another day. So on your piety, make sure you put this one, go ahead and drop it down into your hotbar. A more important one is your stamina. This one, notice your 2nd page is combat skills, 3rd page is your minor skills, and then back to number 1. So let's go to our minor skills, page 3, and you've got these general actions here. Now on level 0, you don't even have to do anything special for this. You're going to have this guy kind of chilling out, sitting down. You're going to want to drag this down onto your hotbar. This is what's going to recuperate your hard stamina and your soft hit points, okay? So both your hit points and your stamina, I press the P key to bring up this character here. You can actually see both hard stamina, soft stamina. Soft stamina is what's going to go down first, okay? See, so if I hold the shift key and start running, you can actually see my soft stamina is what's going down really, really fast. When you start doing crazier actions like mining and shoveling and doing all that stuff, it's really going to do a number on you. So to bring up those skills again, I need to work on my next level of mining. To be able to start mining, this is going to actually be up my ore extraction. So since I got my prospecting up, which you can either do by terraforming or just actually going up and looking for the copper ore and ingots, when you're successful, boom, you get some skill points, okay? So that was good. Here's terraforming down here actually, so I misspoke there. I said terraforming for here, but this one's just your prospecting so you can do mining. Your terraforming, I'm only at 15, but hey man, I got a shovel. So you want to know how to upgrade your terraforming this episode, huh? Well, what you do is you right click on a square, any square. Now, instead of prospecting, you've got, remember, nature's lore for your fibers and all that stuff, terraforming. Now, you can observe the ground, and this is a relation of like to sea level. And what you want to do here is just to get your skill up. Notice you can't do anything else besides lower ground and raise ground. So let's just lower the ground for fun. And basically he just starts digging, and the reason for this is eventually you're going to want to build buildings, which we'll get into, and you're going to need flat ground to do that. But at first you're just going to want to grab a shovel and lower the ground and get your terraforming up. The reason why you can't click on, say, I don't know, raise ground to start is because you have to have dirt on your person. So let's go ahead and lower the ground a little bit more. So already you can see by just doing that lowering ground once, more options became available. So now you can flatten ground, okay? So flattening ground is going to be the next thing you want to figure out how to do. Now, you don't want to be moving around all over the place, flattening. So let me bring you back, right click, terraforming, go back to your observe mode, and now you're going to see these different squares. But if you zoom in, you can actually see your guy standing here. So what flatten ground means is I'm standing on this 7.200000001, and you can actually say I want to flatten ground here or here or here, and what it's going to do is either lower the ground or raise the ground accordingly to the tile that you're standing on. So what it's going to want to do here is raise up 6.6 up to 7.2, and remember that takes a little getting used to of pressing the tab on and off and on and off. But as you can see now, I'm going ahead and trying to level this ground out, and he will continue to do this until he runs out of dirt. So, you know, it's good to go ahead and have your inventory open so you can actually make sure, okay, I have 30 dirt left. raising and lowering no matter what, or dirt, whatever, it's going to be in clumps of 30. So now let's go back to our observe mode and see how we're doing. Okay, now we only got that tile up to 6.799, so it's higher. If you try to do that again, and I try to flatten ground, I'm getting an error that says you need at least 30 stones or fertile blah 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 soil or forest soil or whatever. So make sure you click on higher ground now and either lower or flatten, and it will automatically take care of that. It's going to fill your inventory full of more resources, which you can then use to turn and put down on here. So it's kind of a process of like moving dirt from the high ground, putting it on the low ground to flatten it out. So this is how the terraforming works. Got me? Got me. Questions? Let me know. We're looking good. We're looking really, really good now. I can go ahead and start creating more primitive tools. I don't think I can do a saw. The saw needs a lot more flint stone, so I'm going to have to go find more of that. The primitive pickaxe, I am short a plant fiber, so I still have to work on a little bit more of that. And then for a primitive hammer, I actually need rock. Now rock, I'm going to actually have to dig up or mine from a stone area. That is going to be a necessity as well. And what else could we do? Can we do a sling? Well, no, not yet. So I need to go collecting more resources. So while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and see you tomorrow, because the sun is setting. So day 2, we got a few more weapons. We got to talk about terraforming. So next episode, we will hopefully finish off our primitive weapons and get to building. Maybe we'll actually start building our own little hut and things like that. So remember, if you're having any struggles with the games, post below, let me know, and hopefully I can answer them and give you some shoutouts in the next episode. Again, I'm also going to be doing some live streaming and posting more videos of the actual live village that I have together going. Now we've got a group of probably about 20 people. They're on at different times throughout the day, but we've really got a village that's almost running 24/7. The dedicated server is definitely up 24/7, so we hope to see you there. Until then, good gaming, and thanks for watching. Crazy battle going on. I gotta go check it out. What are these guys doing? Trying to build my
stamina back.
My sawmill or whatever, my windmill here. Oh, that was a mean shot. Oh, he's down. He's like leaning over and.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Oh no.
Welcome back to Life is Feudal.
Life is feudal.
I felt like I needed to share that.
Alright guys, just had to show you this clip. I'll see you guys later. These guys are crazy.
What kind of car we got?